cases and everything. So it's actually like seeing some of the different things come in when I tap into it, coming in. Some of it's hard. I probably like 3 years ago acquired the space. Let me tell you, really sucks. So if there's anything that they want you to know via taste-wise or smell, hearing, sight, all that, I have all of that now. That was the last one was the case. And so I think when you have to see, hear, smell, taste what like victims go through or even things that are going to happen, I think that's the most difficult thing, because to me, to learning, when I finally learned how to, like, make spirits wait, talk to me, because I'm busy, I'm in the middle of doing something, it's not the appropriate time, that used to be a challenge, but I think it's more, because I'm a compassionate person, seeing people go through pain and hurt and what they've experienced, I think that is one of the most difficult things, because I don't want to see people go through that. When a spirit shows you all that stuff, it's hard. And sometimes they even give you, like, they'll give me sometimes, what they felt like, oh God, they were stabbed, or they were choked, or, even somebody will say, well, you're giving a reading, right? And okay, well, did they have a heart attack? Because I'm feeling that, or, they have difficulty breathing, But it's more of the traumatic death that, kind of gets me. So,
well, we have another question. I'm really happy my chat room is very active tonight, and I love it when they ask questions. This is so awesome. Love you guys out there in chat room world. What the next question that's coming in is, as a para experience, have any paranormal experiences been challenging for you, and what they mean by that? Have they ever, like, just completely wiped you out?
No.
Okay.
No. And I'll tell you why. Because I do my own protection, and even if I go on an investigation, yes, I get excited like everybody else, but I have my protection, and I'm not one to exchange energy with people or even the other side. So I keep my own energy contained. I don't let anything or anybody feed off of it. And as far as spirits or anything like that, no, I mean, there's just absolutely not. And anybody can learn it, and anybody can do it, and everybody should be doing it.
Absolutely.
I can go on an investigation, and, I'll come home, and I'm fine the next day. I'm absolutely fine. I think what works me out is I'm reliving, some of the experiences, but not, that's more on a private level with a spirit when I'm doing that type of communication. But as far as, like, to drain me and stuff from an investigation or dealing with anything beyond, what I'm doing, I never let a spirit come into my body. You just can't be doing that. And, I keep my energy and my shields up and my protection very strong at all times.
And it's very important. I know a lot of investigators out there that don't protect themselves. They don't take those precautions before they go, and not all of them. I mean, I'm sure the people in my circles are not like that, but I've seen it before where they don't take those precautions of whatever it is you want to do to protect yourself before you enter. I don't think they realize how important that is. It creates this barrier of protection. Some people don't do it.
A lot of people don't do it, and some of it's because they don't believe in it, or they, they just feel whatever, the lack of education, research on their part, and asking people, right, for advice or learning from others,
Well, that's
part of
it.
that.
That's how you,
Yeah, really. I mean, and part of it, too, is the fact that they just get so worked up and so excited that they just go in and gung-ho and forget to do it. Or they don't keep it throughout their investigation. Or when they leave, they don't say that anything there has to say. That it can't go with them, and they're not firm about it, and they don't do the clearance or whatever they need to do afterwards.
This is very true. I can give you a perfect example. I went on an investigation a long time ago. It was probably one of the first times I came home extremely drained.
Mm-hmm.
And I think something attached to me. I didn't notice it. I didn't see it. My little girl saw it. My little girl has abilities. And she asked me why. There's a man that keeps looking at her at night over her bed, and he's in uniform. And I'm going, oh, what do you mean he's in uniform? What kind of uniform? Red uniform, orange uniform, like jail block 5 uniform? What kind of uniform? Explain. And she was like, he's in the military. And I go, okay. So I pulled up Google, and I was showing her all these pictures of the military. Air Force, Marines, Army. As soon as I brought up Navy, I was on a battleship. I was on a retired Navy ship out here in the San Francisco Bay that's haunted. And she says, that's the uniform. So something had attached. And I even did all the precautions, and it still attached to me and came home.
Yeah.
And so explain that one to me, Renee. Why did that happen?
That's interesting. Did it wipe you out? You said it wiped you out?
I was, out of all the investigations I've ever been on, I actually finally woke up and said, hell, now I know what a paranormal hangover is because I got it.
So basically attached onto you, but then he separated from you.
He separated.
To locations. So he travels with you, and sometimes they'll do that. Sometimes they will get in the car. It could be anything. If you're any bit tired, and I say this, and people get really mad at me, and personally, I really don't care anymore. But if you're run down, if you're tired, if you have really, excuse me, a slight of cold or real bad allergies, or maybe if you have fibromyalgia or any autoimmune deficiency, if you have a chronic illness. Oh my gosh, I'm actually coming through on that. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
If women, if you have your menstrual cycle, you are a weaker link, and they will attach to you. They will attach to you. So
this does bring me to my do's and don'ts of investigating. You're covering it now. So menstrual cycle as well.
Yes, because a lot of women are anemic. They're tired. They get drained. Some women complain a lot about it. They have, the pain. You are a weaker link. And you should be investigating while you have your menstrual cycle.
You know what? I never knew that. I've learned something tonight. And, and I'm not one of these paranormal investigators that goes, I know everything there is. No, oh, hell no. I'm a rookie. I'm a novice. I have no problem admitting that.
Right.
But I'm very thankful to you for telling me this, and I hope the people that are listening tonight maybe have learned something, So you're saying if we have any kind of diseases in us, even if we're battling cancer or fibromyalgia or arthritis, if we get a flare-up, then these are times when we need to sit back and say, hey, we shouldn't be doing this. Because our bodies are, more fragile to having something attack us?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Wow. Well, I do have another question.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. My chat room's going crazy. And yay, and Renee, you're in the chat room. Wonderful.
I'm in the chat room.
Good. Well, Jenny's asking, as a Reiki Master and a psychic medium, how does Renee combine her gifts together?
Oh, I do what you call a body scan, and I'm able to pick up on the energy of the people and to understand what might be going on within the body and where the energy actually needs to go. And so I'll work it from it at that standpoint. I also do theta, but I've been doing theta for years, many years, but never told anybody. never really took the classes for it, but I do it at times when it's needed, like for cancer and certain other chronic diseases, which I'll incorporate it sort of in with my Reiki.
Okay.
I used to be an EMT critical care for many years, and I would, get on the ambulance because whatever they told us on, the radio to tone us out was never what really we were presented with, So I would use a lot of my abilities even at that point, and even do energy work when I was on the ambulance during emergency calls. But just really didn't say anything, and so I could get a better feel of what was going on before I talked to medical control.
Wow.
And it worked. It saved many lives.
Oh, I believe it. That's awesome. What a gift you have.
So, it was great.
Well, I want to ask you're connected to the angelic comfort. Can you give us I didn't write the websites down. I put them on air or online, but I didn't. Are we still on?
Yes.
Okay. I thought we got cut off for a minute. I heard beeping. I put them on my site, on Facebook, but I didn't write them down, which I'm sorry. I apologize. So I would like to maybe I can type them into the chat and let our listeners know where they can find you.
Oh, they can find me. They can find me at www.angelic-comfort.com. They can find me. That would probably be the most one, for anything discussing paranormal or anything like that. Or they can email me at diversitybroadcastingnetwork@gmail.com.
Okay.
Or look me up under Renee Live or Angelic Comfort on Facebook.
I'm actually found it. I'm copying it now, and I'm putting it right here in the chat for everybody to see. There we go. It's in there, folks. You could just look in the chat, and everything is up, and everything's up on my Facebook page as well. And do you do angel cards and like angel readings and stuff like that?
I do angelic readings. It's really interesting because with me, pretty much all the time is Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel, who is the communicator and the messenger. And, and the other ones come and go as I need them, but I do a lot of angel readings, angelic readings. A lot of my readings, I'll use cards and stuff, but I go more by what I'm being told by the spirits, by spirit, and go from there. And it usually hits home. I'm not one to say, to be like real gruff about my readings or anything like that, but
no, but you have to tell the truth, just like in my reading.
I tell the truth, but I just make it so that they understand, and people aren't so fearful, and it's like, okay, I just asked you this, but this is what I'm hearing, and and this is what I need to tell you, and then I don't ask questions during my readings. I don't even want people to make facial expressions. I don't want to know nothing. You come in, you do a reading, or you do it over the phone. Don't tell me anything, and let me go from there, and then we'll talk when I'm done. And then
I'm going to have you do one on me one of these days.
I will.
Without me telling you what kind of a week I've had.
I think you've had a rough one.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I have. But, you know what? I see so many things that are going on in the world, and I realize that even though I'm having a rough day, there's always someone out there far worse off than me or someone, So I kind of thank my lucky stars.
It's really difficult, especially right now. The way the planetary lineup is right now, the Mercury retrograde, and it's really difficult for people. A lot of people are having a difficult week in general. And, I was looking tonight, I was in my home feed earlier tonight, and I said, I'm done. so many people are so ungrounded and so unbalanced right now that they just don't even realize